Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time. So, guys, today I'm going to be sharing a very powerful strategy, and at the same time, I am going to be starting a live session where I will talk about our technical analysis, our top-down analysis, how we can analyze the market in two ways. One, we can analyze the market using the plain chart, like this. Guys, using a plain chart like this, that we don't have to use any indicator. All we work with is just going to be just a plain chart, no indicator at all, no indicator. You don't need any indicator to analyze the market. You don't need any indicator to trade. You don't. As a matter of fact, you don't need any indicator. You don't. You understand? Now, this is of two types. Then the other part of it is going to be where we would actually talk about indicator, because this is all about choice. Just like how we say in English, like one man's best food is another man's poison. Right? One man's best food is another best. There are people who they so much believe in indicator. There is no way you're gonna break the market down for them. Show them the real price action where you don't need to use indicator. They won't still embrace that trading style. They will be like, if they've not seen indicator on your chart there, they don't know. We'll still consider that kind of people. But we are going to just be picking some of those indicators that we know that they are leading indicators. So one thing is that I've always tell you guys that don't just use a strategy. Don't just use an indicator. You don't understand the pros and the cons of the indicator. One thing is that every indicator has their own pros and their own cons. Every indicator has their own pros and their own cons. So my brother, don't follow a strategy. Don't follow an indicator blindly. Understand the indicator. How can you be using an indicator that you can't tell what the indicator is talking when you are on 4 hours without you going back to 30 minutes? You should be able to say, now this is what is happening at 30 minutes. Those are the pros of the call. You understand? So we're going to have the live session. The live session, by the grace of God, is going to be starting on 14th of this month. Right? It's going to be starting on 14th of this month. Right? And it's going to be during the London session. Right? It's going to be during the London session, or we actually make it late New York. You understand? We actually make it late New York. There is reason for that. Now, the truth is that whether you are trading Forex, whether you are trading currency pair, or you are trading synthetic indices, or you are trading stocks, you can't do away with the Forex timing. As a matter of fact, it works in everything. The only problem you might have is just that when you don't understand the Forex timing, and when you don't understand the indices, the pair, or the assets you are trading, because as a matter of fact, the way we have woman crash, many people think since synthetic does not emulate currency pair, the Forex timing does not work. My brother, is a pure truth. There are some synthetic indices that you have a pure move during London session. There are some synthetic indices that you have a pure move during New York. And there are some synthetic indices that you would be anticipating for a move. You would not get the move until London session. Right? So those are the things we will be putting into consideration in the live session. So if you want to be part of the live session, I'm gonna be dropping my WhatsApp number and my Telegram number. You can actually send me a message. Let me add you to the group, because the truth is that I only need a serious-minded people. As a matter of fact, I'm not here to waste my time or waste my resources. You understand? And at the same time, while I have committed my time in resources, in material, in time, then I wouldn't have people who would actually value it. There's nothing as painful as that. So if you want to be part of the live price action class, send me a message on WhatsApp. I'll drop my WhatsApp link and Telegram. I understand that there are some parts of the country, the parts of the world that does not use Telegram, but WhatsApp is universal. Virtually all countries uses it. So send me a message on my WhatsApp that you want to be part of the live class, and I'm going to be kicking off the live class at least. We will have at least 50 people. You understand? Why I know that they are consistent, as in they are consistent. They are consistent with it. Because by the time we do that, we'll all see that trading is fun. You understand? Trading is fun when you have the right information. This is all about information. You just need to know some little things, and honestly speaking, your trading style will change drastically in a positive way. You start making that profit you've always dreamed for. You start seeing trading as what? As a skill you've always wanted to, because of the financial freedom, because of the freedom, financial stability that is there. Understand? So we would be diving into that. So just send me a message on WhatsApp that you want to be part of the live class, and I'm going to add you up to the group, and then we'll give out the outline and give out a coincide outline on it. Nice. So let's go down to today's chart. Right. So today I'm going to be sharing just a very simple strategy. I have found that over some times now, that the truth is that many of us actually want to use indicator, but we don't even consider the truth is that you see this indicator that we have, right? All these indicators that we have, right? These are the things you can look at. By the time you open your indicator level now, you will see that on your chart you have they categorize it in different. We have a trend indicator, we have oscillator, right? We have volumes, we have billions waves. You understand? How can you just pick an indicator here? Since the truth is that all these indicators you are seeing there is still your broker that finance some of these people to bring out these things just to find a way of chopping your money. You understand? They know the pros and the cons of this indicator, but you are there trading, relying solely on these things, and you say you want to be profitable, my brother, and without you understanding the pros and the cons of these things here, it's really going to be very, very hard. It's just going to be a day on, a day off. A day on, you say that you make profit today, tomorrow you lose it out. Another thing that you people don't even still understand your risk management. We are too greedy. Rome is not built in a day. Rome is not built in a day. This thing is all about consistency. Consistently, repeatedly practice a single skill. You're gonna be a master of it. You understand? You're gonna be a master of this. And when you have all this trend indicator now, you can actually use them to measure the trend of the market. You understand? Now look at it. Well, that time I was telling you guys, look at this is our trend indicator now, right? Look at our trend indicator. All these indicator now, you can use them to measure, is this market in an uptrend or a downtrend or in a consolidation. But you don't just give you always want to say, okay, buy at this area. Why are we buying at that particular area? Why are we selling at that particular area? You understand? So those are the things you need to know about those indicators. Don't use an indicator blindly. Don't. Understand the pros and the cons of the indicator you are using. By the time you see Ichimoku, now Ichimoku is a very powerful strategy. It's a very powerful strategy. As a matter of fact, you can't have a strategy that has an Ichimoku in it, and that strategy will not give you 80% win rate. If you really understand that strategy, if you really understand that indicator, go and look at. You can't have a strategy that has to do with Bollinger Band, and you understand the pros and cons of Bollinger Band, and you will not be 80% accurate. It is not possible, my brother. I'm telling you authoritatively, it is not possible. You understand? You can't have an indicator that has to do with average directional movement, and you tell me you are not profitable about it. But now the problem is that you have an indicator that has to do with average, you have an indicator that has to do with Bollinger Band, right? That has to do with Bollinger Band. You have another that has to do with oscillator. You are now combining things together, and you don't even understand the proportion of what the entities you are putting into consideration. So this is where we tend to make the mistake when it comes to indicator. So do well to send me a message on WhatsApp or Telegram that you want to be part of the what of the live class, and we are going to start from the beginning as the basic, right from what is Forex. So you understand? We'll talk about our lot size. These are the fundamental things that we don't know. Imagine someone don't even know that this is what we call 50 pips. This is where 50 pips is. How do you want to set your stop loss? How do you want to set your take profits? Some of us are just trading blindly. We're just trading blindly. We're trading blindly. It is not being done. You can't be successful in a skill where you don't understand, you don't have the knowledge about it. As a matter of fact, trading is one of the easiest, as people will call it. I will tell you, as it's one of the easiest, it's still a hardest, because you are dealing with your emotion. You are dealing with your emotion. If you are not in a good emotion, you can't see. You have the knowledge, and you are psychologically you are not balanced. My brother, you can't be profitable. These are the things we need to put into consideration. Let's start learning this, and let's really make trading the fun. Let's make it the kind of skills we've always anxious. We are anxious of learning and setting ourselves free financially. So I'm going to be starting a live class with price action. I bet you dare not miss this class, because the value that will be shared out, let's wait and see. You always find the record and see. And I might decided not to just upload the record. Actually, it's going to be a live class. You understand? But if you don't have the link to do it, the live, you can actually work it back. Because I might decide not to deploy it public on my YouTube channel. So it's only meant for those who have the legal access to it. But then we can actually do. So without wasting much of our time, let me just give you the strategy. So we are going to be using two indicators, right? You always know my indicator is no more than 2. You don't need to confuse yourself. So we're going to be using the words. We are going to be using, right? We'll pick one on our trend indicator here, right? And the only thing you are putting there is just our moving average, right? It's just our moving average. So when you click on this, so the moving average are going to be, the period is 48, the shift is 0, method is exponential, apply to close. So by the time we go into the class, I will tell you one of those things that determine the period that we use, guys. One of those things that determine the period that we use in these things, right? Where we use this, how it will be exponential, why it is this. We are going to the pros and cons. We dive well into this indicator. We'll break it down for you to know that this is what I'm using. So you can boast of this indicator, that if you see this indicator on 30-minute time frame, you can say this is what is happening on 1-minute time frame. It's all about mastering and knowing know the composition of the indicator and how they work. So once you are done, you just click on what you click on done. Right, that's the first indicator. Then you click on this FX again. You click on this F plus on this main chart, and we are going to be using indicator in this our oscillator here, right, in this area, and no indicator other than our MACD, right? So you click on it, right? Click on MACD. The settings is fast EMA is 12, slow EMA is 26, MACD SMA is 9, right? Understand? And apply to close. The style is 3 pixels for the main. The signal is 1 pixel. Then you can make it the color of your background, because we are actually using the signal line. We are not using it. right? We are not using signal line. Then once you are done, you click on what? You click on done, right? So as for the time frame now, right? As for the time frame, we are basically going to be using the 15-minute time frame, right? We are going to be using the 15-minute time frame, and it's actually a scalping strategy. So without wasting much of our time, the confirmation is just very simple. Very simple. So the first thing we need to do is that you need to wait for your price, right? You need to wait for your price, right? Wait for your price, right? You need to wait for your price. So as you are waiting for your price now, price has to be above. This is crash 1000, right? This is crash 1000. Your price has to be above this moving average, right? It has to be above this moving average, right? So because 1000 now, we all know the default or the major trend in crash is downtrend. So if we are going to be scalping, that means we are trading against the trend, and we only want to take like 5 to 10 candles, as the case may be, right? Just take 5 to 10 candles conveniently without being afraid of spike, right? Without being afraid of spike. So all the first information is that the time frame is what? 15-minute time frame. You can use it on 5-minute time frame, but that will be your own personal assignment now to understand how you want to filter this 15-minute time frame and use it on 5-minute time frame. Mainly the strategies for 15-minute time frame, but you can still use it on what? On lower time frame. But that is going to be your own personal what? Assignment, right? And go and understand the pros on the 5-minute time frame and reframe it to your trading style, right? So price has to be above the what? Above the moving average for crash. That is telling us we are in a net. So once price is above, it's telling us we are in the what? In the downtrend, right? So we can conveniently take it out. So that's the first comment. So the second confirmation is that on our MACD now, our MACD has to be above this level here, above this zero level, right? Above this zero level. This zero level is telling you this is positive. It's telling you this is neutral, right? But it's not just being neutral now. Now it's in the positive side, which is what? The uptrend, right? Now by the time it is in downtrend, it's going to be negative. That means it's telling you it's a negative. Understand? So those are the things there. So the first confirmation is that our time frame is 15-minute time frame. All right. Then the first confirmation is that price has to be above this moving average, right? On our MACD, it has to be above the zero level too, right? It has to be above the zero level. So a very good area is that at this point now, right, we have our price to be above the moving average, right? Now let's look at our MACD. Let's look at our MACD now. Look at our MACD now. MACD now is, so once we have the price close above this, at this area here now, we can now have our MACD. You can see they coincide. So you can take your 5 to 10 counts. That's 30 minutes. That's 15 minutes or 30 minutes. You are still in the market. See, you understand? So those are the confirmation you can see. You can see at this area, right? Exactly when the price close below this 13 or this 48 moving average, you can see then we'll have this out. So you can, your entry will have been at the close of this candle, and you can take your 3 candles. That's 18 piece, and you are not being cut off. Though you can stay more longer in the trend, but that will be when you've done your technical analysis very well. That will be when you've done your technical analysis, right? This is another example here. See, this is another example here. You can see this is another example here. Here now you could have entered, right? You will have said, okay, you wanted to enter on this candle, but look at it now. It's actually above the moving average, but our MACD is still at our what? It's still at our zero level, so you can't enter until when you now have this, right? Until when you have this, right? You can't still enter onto this. You understand? But at this area now, you can enter, right? And see, you can enter here, and you can take your 2 to 3 candles, and you are out of the market, right? You are out of the market, right? You are out of the market. So that's the one. That's another one here. Right, that's another one here. So this is another example here. See? Can you see? So you could have taken your entry on this, right? And you take your 3 candles and you are out, right? So that is, it's just very simple. This is another example where take your time and back test. Take your time and back test. See, and you take your 2 to 3 candles and you are out. Remember, 2 to 3 candles on 15-minute time frame is 30 minutes for 2 candles, and 3 is 45 minutes. Don't make that mistake of it. So that's for crash 1000. Let's look at our boom 1000. So on boom now is going to be the reverse is going to be the case. The reverse is going to be the case. The price have to be below the moving average, right? Signifying for us that we are in a downtrend, right? Signifying for us that we are in a downtrend. I don't want the video to be too long, so look at this another example here for the crash for 1000. Now you can see after this spike, then you have this, right? You can take your 2 to 3 candles, which is going to be this 1, 2, 3, and you are out, right? And you are out. Same thing is applicable here. Price is below what is below our moving average, right? But you did not have it close until our magnet is here, until here. Then from this candle now, you can take your 2 to 3 candles, 1, 2, 3, and you are out of the market. So it's all about you, it's all about you practicing very well. And see, this is another entry here. See, this is another entry. You take your what close below it on this candle now. You take your entry, 2 to 3 candles, and you are out. And you are out. So guys, do well to backtest very well. Do well to backtest very well. Same thing works in everything. Alright, so meanwhile, guys, if you are yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please do well to hit on that subscribe button. Smash on that subscribe button and turn on your bell notification. Do well to send me a message on my Telegram, on my WhatsApp about the live class. Let's see how we can start. The live class is going to be starting on 14th of this month. We are going to kickstart the program. So let's do well to know the kind of capacity of people we are going to be having, how we could prepare beforehand. So guys, see you next until the next time when you would be hearing back from me. Please do well to drop your comments, like the video, share and let's make trading fun and let's keep making Deriv. Guys, see you once again.